There's someone else that I invited way back at the beginning of things. Police Commissioner Theresa Sparks is someone who I've read about. I've never met personally, but her work has inspired me. Her courage to, I don't know what it is, because people say I'm brave, and I go, well, I'm just telling it. But for her standing up and telling it to HRC one year comes to mind, and standing up and saying, don't you put the T last, don't you put the T gone. Transgender individuals, my friends and my beloved community back in San Diego talk to me often about feeling invisible, and that's why if I have one button on, it's my no transphobia button. And I've been very, very inspired by the lives of my friends, and Commissioner Sparks immediately agreed to be at the end of the walk before there was even a big thing, an act of faith there too, and I just welcome her and want to bring her up.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. And it is an act of faith in what you did. What many people don't know is I actually lived in San Diego a few years back myself. I lived very close to Escondido, as it is. But the difference is it took you 8 weeks to get here. It took me almost 2 decades to get here. And so that is a huge difference, and that is a place we've come to. That is the courage that people like you have shown, to get us to a place like this. It takes real courage. It's an act of faith for someone to not allow others to define them. It's an act of faith to not let others tell us who we can marry and who we can love. But there's an act of courage. And what's a real act of courage are people like Dakota, who won't let physical disability define who he is. It's an act of courage for these children, these straight children of gay parents, not to let their friends define who they are and who their parents are. It's an act of faith for Hillary, a young woman 13 years old in Berkeley, to do a presentation when she was asked for a presentation on civil rights, to do it on transgender rights in front of her whole school. It's an act of faith for Marina Gatos, an 18-year-old in San Mateo, to fight against discrimination against her 2 moms. These are acts of faith, these are acts of courage, and these are things that inspire all of us to keep going. Jennifer, I just wanted to thank you for inviting me, thank your children for being involved in this, and thank you all for coming.